With the release of Netflix's latest documentary movie, The Guardian of the Monarchs, today we delve deep into the life story of monarch butterfly and environmental activist Homero Gomez Gonzalez, navigating the good he gave to this world till his final days. Who is Homero Gomez Gonzalez? Homero Gomez Gonzalez was a Mexican environmental activist and manager of the El Rosario Monarch Butterfly Preserve, a part of the Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve. Homero was born and grew up in El Rosario in western Michoacan. Belonging to a family of loggers, Homero was initially doubtful about the forest conservation plans that prevented logging, and that could cause deforestation, and even believed that it could lead to poverty. Homero later stopped logging around the early 2000s, and with the effects of deforestation becoming apparent, convinced other people to refrain from logging. Due to the negative effects of logging, it soon got banned in El Rosario. He later studied at Chapingo Autonomous University to be an agricultural engineer. Tapping into the underutilized advantages of the tourism industry, Homero partnered with scientists and the World Wildlife Fund's conservationists to form a sanctuary. Homero also went on to become the municipal president and commissioner of El Rosario, along with serving as a spokesperson for the El Rosario Monarch Butterfly Preserve. Homero was primarily an activist for the butterflies and spread awareness through social media. He organized marches, demonstrations, and anti-logging patrols to keep other loggers away from the reserve. Homero also worked with the government to increase the stipend that was given to local farmers for their efforts in preserving trees. Homero was responsible for convincing 260 communal landowners to use cornfields for reforestation and managed 150 hectares of reforested land by himself. Homero represented Ejido in El Rosario, which offered communal land to local farmers for agricultural purposes. What happened to him? On January 14, 2020, the community of El Rosario faced a huge blow when Homero was reported missing by his family. Homero's brother last saw him attending the El Soldado local fair, along with Ocampo Mayor Roberto Arriaga Colin and other municipal officials. Homero's family received numerous phone calls from people claiming to have kidnapped him and even asked for a ransom amount, which the family paid to get Homero back. Over 200 volunteers came together to form search parties for Homero, along with the entire police force of Ocampo and Angangueo being detained for questioning. Michoacan Governor Silvano Aureoles Conejo expressed his hope for finding Homero alive and safe. But over 2 weeks later, Homero's body was found inside an agricultural reservoir in Ocampo by a local shepherd, despite nothing being seen at the reservoir during the search brigade's visit there, which meant that Homero's body was placed there later. Initially, no signs of violence were found on his body, but on further autopsy, Michoacan state prosecutors found Homero to have suffered through a head injury as well as strangling. Who is behind the death of Homero? Is there anyone else who died? Many speculate Homero's death is related to organized criminals due to his efforts to prevent illegal logging. Another reason for this speculation was because of the death of another El Rosario Monarch Butterfly Preserve activist named Raul Hernandez Romero, whose body was found only a few days after Homero's body surfaced to the public. The southwest state of Michoacan was where the war on drugs had started, and with the state being considered quite dangerous for its drug smuggling routes, but also as the epicenter for the trade of avocados, Mexican cartels, in a bid to legitimize themselves, usually infiltrate into the lands of farmers or other lucrative businesses to get into a legitimized trade. Overall, the various cartels would be in perpetual war for accessing these legitimized ways of making money. Homero's family was always wary of his safety, but he would usually shrug off their fear. Another possible motive of robbery was suspected in Homero's death, but that was ruled out by state prosecutor Adrian Lopez Solis, after nearly 10,000 pesos or $500 was recovered from his possession. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, the director of the World Heritage Center, Mechthild Rosler, as well as the director of the Man in the Biosphere program, Miguel Clusener-Gon, expressed their sadness and concern following the announcement of Homero's death. Poet and environmentalist Homero Aregis pointed out Homero and Raul's as a wake-up call for better measures to be taken for the safety of environmental activists, as without them, nature would be left vulnerable to exploitation for greed. As a tribute to both Homero and Raul, the first flower field passage against species extinction in Germany was named González Romero Bluwiesen Corridor, Blumiger Landkreis Osnabrück. The deaths of activists like Homero Gomez González and Raul Hernández Romero are a reminder to the people and the government what activists put at stake for the good of the people and the environment. Activism is now no short of fighting a war with your life being on the line. Activists go on every day to fight for what is right, and thus should be given proper security when other radical forces might be involved. Homero and Raul's may remain only vaguely explained, but their deaths call for the action of authorities to do the right thing by nature and also provide protection to the people who decide to fight for nature against powerful people. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.